All right. The strange practices of a secretive society. Got some footsteps. Ah. Some more footsteps. Is that blood or like tracks? This clue has been added to the thinking panel. So they're dragging this dude around. He's got a tattoo of a hand and an eye. A gun, a rope, a coat, a dagger. David Garan. Wait, is this David? Stop it, please. Looks like it's David. He's got his tobackies. The gathering will be on March 14th. To follow our plan, we should be there at least 2 hours before midnight. The target will arrive in full costume. Grab rope and weapons. Walter. Is this Walter King? Who attacked David last time? Why would he be riding to him? It could be a different WK, but this seems unlikely. Like, why wouldn't they just call him WS instead? You know what I mean? So maybe they convinced a guy to work for them? I don't know. That's weird. Another. Yeah, because Walter had this on him with him last time. So that's either David or Walter, I guess? I'm trying to remember what David looks like, but it's the next day, so. So we have more footprints. These have like pointed soles. These are rounded. These are rounded and pointed. I mean, okay, maybe this is someone else completely, and David and Walter dragged him and put him in here, and they're like disguised as them. That's a possibility. We'll see who has the pointed feet. And then we go into a hobbit hole. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Dark Hounds, Proud Beasts, Dark Hands, Proud Beast, and Water Snake. There's different houses. Proud Beast, Walter was a Proud Beast. The guy who died like second. Dark Hand Wanted was with Ada Baker. And wanted Cloudsley dead. I don't think we've heard of Water Snakes yet. Brothers wear robes appropriate to their rank: Master, Steward, Initiate. So it was the Dark Hand Steward that had hired Ada Baker, or told her what to do anyways. Walter, whatever his name was, WW, was the Proud Beast Initiate talking to a Proud Beast Master. And we think that the original Cloudsley that died from falling off a horse was a Proud Beast, because he gave the golden idol to that guy in the first place. Masters, I ventured on the Order's mission to reclaim our fire-breathing relic, and with great resolve, punish the despicable enemy. I, with a few brave companions, fearlessly entered his hideout in a remote hunting cabin, but the devil had prepared a treacherous trap, and an explosion slaughtered my dearest friends as we entered his study. This sounds like BS to me. Thanks to my sturdy physique, I survived the blast, only to be assaulted by the enemy's lackey, assassin warrior David Garan, and a pack of bloodthirsty hounds. Assassin warrior. Oh my god, hang on. After an hour of fight, I received numerous deadly wounds, in spite of which I prevailed and defeated my assailants with martial training. I discovered the enemy's dead body, slain by the trap of his own making, but no trace of the relic. Oh, did Cloudsley die? That doesn't seem right. I think this is all a lie. I think Cloudsley's still alive and Walter's working with them. Because it wouldn't make sense to... Yeah, this just all seems like a lie. I am forced to go into hiding because the government's watchmen are tracking me. Once I have recovered from my deadly wounds and shaken off the watchmen, I will send you the next report, Walter. Masters, I must have... Wait, let's look at the date. January 5th, October. I must apologize 1,000 times for my absence, but my road to recovery was full of peril and valor that cannot be sufficiently conveyed in writing. The government dogs and spies chased me tirelessly, and I was forced to seek refuge in Aquitania to recover from my still dire wounds. There, I finally bested my pursuers with the help of Lazarus Hurst, a young, resourceful gentleman whom I met in a remote manner one dark winter's night. Not only did he earn my trust by stepping into the fray against the villains, but he turned out to be well versed in the arcane arts, of course not yet close to your skills. I finally recovered my plan and returned to Albion. I suggest that Lazarus would be fine addition to the Order. I vouch for him and will invite him to undergo the appropriate trial. I wonder if Lazarus is actually David. And then this is January 1790. I object to the admittance of the individual Lazarus Hurst to our brethren. I submit that our dark-hand brother Walter Keene, who vouches for him, cannot be trusted because he is a liar and a thief. I am certain that, on dispatching our enemy, he kept the golden fire-breathing relic for himself. Nothing will move me on this. He must produce the relic and apologize personally to me, and afterwards he be expelled from our brotherhood. I don't think we've seen this name before. I don't know why they would just lay them out like this. Alright, let's go upstairs. Wow, wow, wow. So their outfits say who they, what order they belong to. Dog. So we have our dead body here. It's kind of funny. There's a dead person here, but they're wearing a mask, and this person's wearing a smiling mask, and it's just kind of funny. Just real quick, I wanted to... Robes appropriate. Initiate is 1 eye, 2 eye, 3 eyes. And then we have the dark hand is the hand. Beast is a beast, snake is a snake. Got it. Now where are these eyes? They're tattoos, I guess. Done when an accuser has challenged a defender. Both drinkers must be barefoot. The substance is added depending on the severity of the accusation, including deadly poison. I don't know why that went over there. I guess I should move these away. Add substance to one of the cups. Defender chooses first. Accuser chooses the remaining. Both partake in wine cups. Oh, so... Okay, that's a weird system. Ritual of Squabble. Only initiates can be defender and accuser. Okay, this makes more sense if only the lower end people can kill each other. The sword must be borne by any dark hand. Required decorations of the hall. The Grim Reaper, the never-tiring teacher, the feeder of mouths. Ritual of conflict. So we have to figure out which ritual this is, I think. But I don't understand the difference. The accuser must deeply hate the defender. The sword must be borne by an initiate. Required decorations of the hall. The keeper of treasures, the mirror of the soul, the feeder of mouths, the Grim Reaper. I don't care about the teacher because it's in both of them. Dispute and discord. We don't need to read this whole thing right now, since they're basically the same. How can we tell? We have a Grim Reaper. It only matters what it is. It doesn't matter which ones it's not. We've got a Grim Reaper, which is 3 of them. Teacher. I don't know what how the teacher is represented. I don't see any other decorations besides this. Huh. Alright, let's look at the dead body. The man in the mask is not breathing. He's got a ruby ring. No eyeballs. 2 cups on a stone altar. They contain some wine but are almost empty. Poison and the cup are related? What's this thing? The griffin has spoken. A tray of a small vial of unknown substance. So we don't... Okay. So my suspicion, I just realized before we started, was that this was sort of a flashback to a different group. But it's not. This is, it's still progressing in time. So this, you know, just discard that initial thought. Okay, we're not getting much from these guys. Tankard. I don't know how this will be related. Let us await the results from the chamber below. So how we figure out who's who is based off of who's carrying the sword, right? But we have to figure out which ritual they're doing to figure out what that means. The griffin has spoken. A scepter. Is that all we're getting out of these guys? Let's go back and look. Oh, I think the decorations don't have to be in that specific room, maybe. Okay. 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 All right. Prepare to receive what you have earned. February. Brother, a member of our order has proposed a new candidate to join our brotherhood. Our brother's trustworthiness, however, has been challenged. Therefore, we have decided to take measures to resolve the fate of these individuals. If the brother proves himself, he can vouch for the newcomer. If the newcomer survives the appropriate trial, he will join our ranks. You are summoned to join our gathering on March 14th and fulfill your role in the rights of the brotherhood. So, what I'm thinking is going on right here is that they say, you know, if he survives the appropriate trial. So I'm thinking Lazarus Hurst is David Garan. David Garan challenges someone to that ritual upstairs and gets in via killing that other person. I don't know. I can't expect they would just throw in some random other person, right? That wouldn't make any sense. I don't really know who what's the deal is with the tied up person outside. We haven't seen any real shoes yet either. So here's the eye brand, the Proud Beast brand, and 2 ruby rings. So prepare to receive what you earned is actually positive because he's getting him into the crew. And this is, I've signaled to Griffin who I am. I accept my fate, whatever it may be. Inception, evaluation, transition, and mission. I don't like. Is it just me that I think up and down, not side to side? Like, it seems way better to organize them up and down vertically rather than horizontally. It's so hard to read like that versus just having them right here. But whenever you click on them, they always go up at the top first, which I just find that really weird. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. Really, I just find it strange. Okay, you must endure the test of snail, fire, water, tree, administered by Proud Beast, Water Stake, Master, Dark Hand Steward, or Master. Oh yeah, and we need to look for the Dark Hand Steward and the Proud Beast Master because they're relevant. How do we... We need to know what type of person this is, right? And I think Got all the clues. I don't feel like... Alright, we've got to figure out the decorations, because we know the Grim Reaper, that's obvious. Speaker of the Blind, like I don't see any other decorations. We got a big old book here, so is that, you know, is that the never tiring teacher? It doesn't seem like it. We've got a big key here. Is there something about a key or a mirror? Keeper of Treasures. I mean, it could be that. I mean, theoretically, if this is the Keeper of Treasures, this is the never tiring teacher, and this is the Grim Reaper, then it's this one, the Ritual of Dispute. The scepter must be borne by a water snake master, which would be this guy. Speaker to the blind. Do we see anything that looks like that? Like, do these count as decorations? That's what I don't get. Like, are these just... Because you don't... You know... Well, I mean... None of these three things seem like something you could easily replace, I guess, is what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? Like... but they all have the tag. Okay. These got to be the decorations. Because, look, they all have this tag on them. There's 3 of them and 3 tags. And there's 3 parts of the ritual, so that's got to be them. It's just weird to me because it doesn't seem like stuff you would replace when there's a ritual. You know, you're not going to go replace an entire mirror, or usually whatever you would call this, because there's no lights on it. And okay, this one could be replaced, sure, but all right, I think we have to go with that. So if we go with that, I think this can only be the teacher, right? Nothing else says big old book to me. There's no mirror. There's a key, which to me would be the Keeper of Treasures. But you could go like symbolically, this is the key to my soul. And so it's a mirror. No, that wouldn't work. Alright, I'm just going to go with that. It's the Ritual of Dispute. And then this guy is a water snake. In that case, this guy's not a water snake. Ooh. This guy's a dark hand. But he's not wearing his robes or anything, so this wouldn't tell us that. Because someone's dressed up as him, right? David's dressed up as this guy. But then if David's dressed up as this guy, then he's not Lazarus, and that's wrong. So maybe there is just some completely random new person called Lazarus? This just doesn't seem right to me. Alright. I need to do something, but I need to finish this before I lose my train of thought. Let's start with this. Why is this here when it seems cut off? The Ritual of Dispute. Wait, am I supposed to... Oh, we're supposed to identify each one of these as a Dark Hand Steward or Initiate or Master or that stuff, which I wasn't prepared to do. So for doing the Ritual of Dispute, only stewards or higher rank can be Defender and Accuser. So these will be stewards or higher. We can't see their tattoos. Oh, wait. What about... Should be something... What told me... Ah, yes, this. Administered by. We know it's not a water snake if it is the Ritual Dispute, so it's not this. Because we have to know administered by, right? It's not going to be this. It's not going to be any master, I would think. That would be too confusing. Doesn't show us his back. I mean, theoretically, we could make the assumption that... no, that doesn't make any sense. Oops. I don't think there's any way we can know which one of these he did. Because where would you even... Where would that even come up, right? These are different... This is different situations, though. I have signaled to Griffin. What does that mean? I keep forgetting where the fucking... where this is. I've signaled to Griffin? What does that mean? Oh boy, I'm a bit lost here. Inception, evaluation, transition. This is Lazarus, we're saying, right? Is this the new guy? And then this will be either Dark Hand or Proud Beast. We don't know which. This is a Dark Hand initiate? Yes. I mean, I could have made that assumption since it's just one and the initiate is lowest, but we got that. We think that this is Water Snake. What are the okay, I haven't connected the masks to anything yet. That's probably what I'm missing. Scepter, Water Snake, Master. So we're saying this mask is a Master mask? If this is indeed the correct... I didn't see anything that said anything about the masks, but I think we have to make that assumption. So if this is Master, 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 that makes sense. The Master of the Three Orders, like do they have one of each? It seems like that's a bit strange, right? So there's someone in here is a fake person. Maybe the fake person is the one giving the brand to Lazarus. That would make some sense, I think. This guy's an initiate. Any of these none of these would be performed by an initiate, so there's no way this is the fake one. The fake one is a Dark Hand fake. Oh, and there's also no way that this mask means initiate, right? So that mask is a steward. Because initiate can't give the they can't be doing this. So this would either be a master or a steward. We determine it's master from up here, which I don't know if that's correct. We'll find out shortly. I'm not just going to I could just put these in and it would tell me if that's right or not, but I'm not going to do that. I want to figure it out. So we've got Dark Hand and we've got Proud Beast. How do we figure this out? If we know that this is a master and this is an initiate, does that match? Only stewards or higher rank can be defender and accuser? No, then that's wrong. Then we're wrong. See, this is why I didn't want to just throw them in, because if I'm wrong, I wanted to figure that out before the game told me. So, what's just wrong? Alright, we know for a fact this guy cannot be an initiate. Because there's no way. Master, Master, Steward, Steward, Master. This cannot be an initiate. Is there any instance where only initiates can be defender and accuser? These are clearly two different people. So it can't be that. The accuser must deeply hate. That's not an initiate, so we can't do that one. Only stewards are higher rank. The scepter must be borne by a water stake master. We already proved. The houses of the accuser and defender stand behind their brothers. The houses of the accuser and defender stand behind their brothers. These are the same house, though. They have the same robe. What the fuck? Did we just prove all of them wrong? Okay, well, anyways, let's say it has to... This is definitely a Grim Reaper, right? So we know for a fact there's no way in hell it is conflict. Only initiates can be... I mean, am I just wrong that the masks have to be... Because there's nothing else I could be selecting for the masks here. There's no way it can be either of these. So it has to be one of these. Only stewards or higher rank can be defender and accuser. It really seems like this has to be a steward, but then this would be initiate, and we know that's not right. Unless this is initiate. No, then this would have to be both steward and master, but clearly the guy giving the ritual down here can't be an initiate. What am I missing? What am I missing? The houses of the accuser and defender stand behind their brothers. But maybe we just disregard that. Maybe that's just symbolic. I don't know. You know, what could I possibly gather from that beyond that they're directly behind it? But if we look at the decorations, the only difference is the teacher versus the speaker to the blind. Oh, okay, I see how we know they're decorations. They got the blue tag. The speaker to the blind, there's no way this is not the ritual of disputes. So this has to be master. And this has to be steward, but that makes the guy giving the thing the initiate. What? Wait, have I not clicked on this guy? Why is it still... Oh, I didn't click on the ruby. Yeah, hear a noise. Yes, we get it. They all have ruby rings. Look, they all have ruby rings. Don't make me click on them anymore. Grim Reaper. Speaker to the blind. Speaker to the blind could never be a book. It just can't. Unless it's a Braille book, but there's no indication of that, right? This doesn't have a Grim Reaper. I mean, what if we were to say that the mirror of the soul, you know what I mean? But there's no way. That would be too cheap. So it's gotta be the ritual of dispute, and only stewards or higher rank can be defender and accuser. Which makes this a water snake master, and this a steward. Right? That's the only conclusion I can come to. We're just gonna have to figure this out later. He's an initiate. Dark Hand Initiate. So is this the fake Dark Hand Initiate giving him the like... That would be so dumb though. So, okay, here's a theory, but I think it would be dumb for the game to do this, but it's the only way I can work this out in my brain so far. So, we have Walter and David. They tie up this dude, take his clothing as a Dark Hand initiate, and then go to give Lazarus Hurst his brands falsely, despite what the ritual thing says, as a Proud Beast initiate, right? I don't even know if we're supposed to be putting... Just notice these are two different colors. So I think that means you can put either of them there. Just notice that. So we could put this as, you know, one of those two, but it doesn't matter. The other option, if we're saying this is initiate, then that would be this guy. I guess we should, well... how do we figure out the last robe? If these circumstances I'm saying are true, Beta, if the brother approves themselves, he can vouch for the newcomer. If the newcomer survives the appropriate trial, he will join our ranks. You're summoned to join our gathering to fulfill your role in the rites of the Brotherhood. And so one of those guys upstairs will be Walter. Sword, poison, cup, tray, tankard, scepter, conflict, drink, challenge, signaled. I really want to put these in. Okay. All right. If we're saying we're gonna, this is our we've said our theory. Therefore, if this is the Dark Hand initiate, then this would be Proud Beast, and this would be Dark Hand. So as we suspected, that is definitely not the case. But I don't see where we screwed up. I'm gonna take these out. I mean, the only other option, like I've said, is fucking. Maybe we try to solve. Shit. I don't know. Like, there's no way we can solve these, right? I don't see any way. Inception, admission. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I didn't really take these names literally, because I thought they could choose which one to do, but it's inception, evaluation, transition, admission. He will join our ranks. So it has to be admission. Administered by any master, so this has to be master, which means it's not the ritual of dispute. Maybe let's just disregard the decoration thing, because that's inexact, right? You could make the decorations mean whatever you wanted them to mean. That's what I was trying to get at earlier. But I guess I didn't take it seriously enough to say, let's look at everything else first. So, and of course, the admission one is any master, not, so they're not going to give us, so it makes sense for it to be this one as well, because that's sort of a cheeky, like, meta reason, but it makes complete sense. Right? Do these mean anything? I don't... 1, 2, 3... Like, it's related to this somehow, but there's nothing on these platforms. Maybe they hang these up based off... Okay, it would make... I just assumed there would be something on here, but maybe... Snail, time, water, star. I don't see how... Okay, maybe we were wrong in how we did this. Because it makes sense for water to be fish. I don't know what the fuck this could possibly be. Eating something with no mouth? It's gotta be admission. Fire? Like, the only difference is the star versus the tree, right? And then the order. So, if we ignore the stars and the tree, there still has to be a snail, a time. Oh, time is different too. Shit. Okay, they had... Never mind. So what... Okay, let's... What could this possibly be? It's a dude eating something with no mouth. Is he eating snails? And if he is eating snails, that would be 2, which snails literally never is. It's only fire or time. I don't see any way this could be related to either of those things. But what could a ritual of time even be in the first place? I would think this is the ritual of time. I'm gonna not take that. It's admission. Okay? It's gotta be admission. Did these even, like, give us any actual information? Dark hand, Walter. So Walter's a dark hand. We can, oh no, we can't actually. We know Walter's a dark hand. I didn't remember that part, so that's some information. But he's a dark hand. He's being a proud beast. That's kind of strange, isn't it? But that's whatever. Who cares? Assassin warrior. I think those are just updating me personally. Oh yeah, we have the footprints. We have the 2 footprints go in and the 2 footprints go out. They go out. So here's the path. They go the path. They get him. They carry him over here. Take his clothes. And then theoretically, one person would go in and one person would stay out here. So the guy with the pointed shoes probably went in. I can't see them curve back, but presumably that's what's happened. And then they're on the path, so the footprints don't show up anymore. So do we see anyone's shoes? Yeah, they all have pointy shoes. This guy has bare feet. This guy has bare feet. I mean, I assume those are pointy shoes. There's no way of knowing. I thought maybe he got the shoes from the guy, but... What's the deal with the hats? Why does he always have this drawing of hats on him? It didn't come into play last time. I guess that... I mean... Oh boy. And we're saying this is the ritual of... admission. So any indication of what that is? Does this tell me anything? Severity. Sword must be borne by any dark hand. Sword must be by any initiate, which we think he's a master, so scepter by master. We're saying that he's not a master, not a master. So the only possible one based off of this guy being any master would be this one. Ritual of Squabble. Feeder of Mouths. Feeder of Mouths. A key? No. That's not a thing. Okay, what else is part of this? Only initiates can be defender and accuser. They're clearly different. I mean, we're going off a lot on the... nothing's ever indicated that the masks have anything to do with anything except for this. But we've just proven that it cannot be the ritual of admission. We've just proven that because... Alright, let's walk through and make sure it makes sense before I go with it. So, ritual of admission, administered by any master. This guy's administering it, and we're throwing out the whole. This is possibly a fake mask thing. Because why would they do that? That'd be just the dumbest thing in the world for them to do. Am I gonna get disappointed in this game? They've been so perfect. I hope there's some logic here. So, if this is a master, then we know the sword must be borne by any initiate. This is the master, because he's the same mask. The scepter must be borne by a dark hand master. It's not a master mask. Master, master, master. So these guys are never wait. Okay. So it's never these two. If that guy's a master, which leaves these two. But the sword must be borne by any initiate, which marks that one off. It can only be this, but only initiates can be defender and accuser. They're wearing two different masks. Is it possible that we don't know which one drank? No, he's barefoot. So it can't be that. Therefore, this guy can never be master. Therefore, he can only be master, master, steward, or master. He can only be the steward, which was the first thing we put him as. We had steward, master, initiate, which could still be right. We could have just got this part wrong. But let's follow the train of logic, with this guy being not a master. He's a steward. Okay, so that follows the ritual can only be one of these two, Inception or Evaluation, which would make him either a Proud Beast or Dark Hand. It would make sense for him to be Proud Beast because he's giving the Brown Beast brand, but that's an assumption that isn't proven out by the clues, so we're not going to do that yet. We might do it if we get desperate. Now, if it can be either one of these, water definitely makes sense for it to be the giant fish sitting on a table. We can't really make that assumption either, but it would make sense for this guy to be a Proud Beast even then under that, right? I mean, these other things are whatever, carrying a shell. He's carrying something. We have no idea about this. Fire, a tree, pretend to be a tree for a year or something. I don't know. That's... this could be anything, just like the decorations you could make a case for probably anything if you really wanted to. It would make sense for it to be this one because it gives you two options, which is like a cheeky, again, the meta reason we thought it was admission, and also because of that. So I don't know if we can use the names. evaluation would make sense. Name, I don't know what inception would possibly mean. Maybe they have like little like interns that aren't branded yet. That would make sense for that. So evaluation would be this, but then what would admission be if not what this is? So I don't know if we can take those seriously. All right, so with the fact in mind that he is a steward, that guy's a steward, we've said that. Then this has to be both an initiate and a master. We don't know which, but we know it's a steward isn't involved, and they're not both initiates. So it could be this one. No, it couldn't be, because we know this guy is a steward, so it can't be either of these. If again that mask means steward. Hi, doggy. What are you doing? Only stewards or higher rank can be defender and accuser. Can't be that, because one of these has to be an initiate. The houses of the accuser and defender stand behind their brothers. Well, they're not doing that, but maybe... I mean, this is a circumstance where they don't have any brothers, so it doesn't really matter where the other guys stand, theoretically, right? Then therefore, the scepter must be borne by Dark Hand Master, making this guy a Dark Hand, which would be hilarious because they have the white robe Master, which makes this guy an initiate and makes something, something, something. We don't know the other two. I don't know how we were supposed to figure out the other two. I guess we would figure it out by this, because it can either be Dark Hand or a Proud Beast. We've already put the Dark Hand in, so this has to be a Proud Beast. Damn it. This has to be a Proud Beast. This has to be a Water Snake. Damn it. Why? Okay. Maybe the robes are wrong. Oh, wait. We never got rid of this. We're saying it's the ritual of Inception. And that this guy is a Proud Beast. Okay. So what was wrong? Proud Beast? Water? I mean, it would make, again, it would make sense for this to be the Dark Hand, but what am I missing here? We know for a fact now that this is a Proud Beast steward. These are Proud Beasts right here. So this is a scepter borne by Dark Hand Master. But if that's not true and he's actually a Water Snake, the scepter must be borne by a Water Snake Master. We know this guy's not an initiate, so it can't be this one. It could be a Dark Hand, but we know that's not true. So it's got to be the Ritual of Dispute. We're back at that, which makes the decorations match up. Water Snake, white, Master, this. Why did I... So I was right in the first place. I hit my mic. I was right in the first place that it's this, but it says only stewards or higher rank can be defender and accuser. Am I misreading this? Okay, to me this means that you have a defender and accuser. They have to both be steward or master. Because it says and. Defender and accuser, not defender or accuser. But is it saying like... Is this just like an almost nonsense phrase where it's saying something like they both can't be stewards? I'm just going to have to assume something in my earlier logic was wrong and make this a Dark Hand Water Snake. What? This has to be Proud Beast. This has to be Steward. What the fuck? Those are all the possible options. Except if this is not a steward. Or the masks don't mean anything. Maybe the masks just don't mean anything. Maybe the masks... Maybe this game's been fucking with me. And the masks don't mean anything. They have to, though. What else? There's nothing I can put in there. What am I missing here? They have to mean it because... Okay, if they didn't mean anything, that would make this ritual dispute make sense. Okay? That would make sense. Because then, you know, we disregard that and say that all we really know is they're both Proud Beasts. But then what could I possibly put in these? I'm going crazy. I'm losing my mind. I'm really, really wondering if the game fucked us and this is a fake. I feel so stupid right now. Everything is filled in correctly. Proud Beast Steward. We did logic this out. We didn't just guess this. So this has to be Proud Beast. And probably has to mean Steward? What else could it possibly mean? If that's the case, this has to be Master and this has to be Initiate and this has to be Dark Hand and this is Water Snake. But we tried all of them. All those combinations. And they didn't work. Maybe the masks are just random. And this is just a coincidence. Maybe they could all be masters. But no, because there's two of each, so it wouldn't... What? What? I'm dying. I don't understand. Okay, maybe we try to fill in this. Okay, whatever. Get rid of this shit. I don't know. Get rid of these two. These have to be factually correct by simply this being factually correct. Can I? Well, I could label him as a Proud Beast Initiate, but it wouldn't matter. Okay, blank blank was blank to a blank ritual. He was challenged to a something ritual which we don't know. He, along with blank blank, ambushed. Oh, is this Walter? One of these is Walter Keene was challenged to a blank ritual. Did it say what rank Walter was? No, it said he's a Dark Hand. Where does it say it? Here? And he just says Dark Hand Brother. But didn't Walter... No, Proud Beast Initiate was Willard or whatever his name was. I thought maybe we could think of an older scenario to figure out. So one of these guys is Walter. I guess it doesn't actually matter. We don't know which one's dead yet. he, along with David Garan, ambushed a Dark Hand initiate, and then Blank Blank posing as Dark Hand initiate signaled to Blank Blank with a blank, which blank had no blank. Ah, this is kind of cheating, but I just, from context clues. What is the signal to blank blank with a blank? With a signaled. Okay, we know these words have nothing to do with anything. So we're saying signaled to Walter Keane with a squabble, dispute, discord, sword, poison, cup, tray, tankard, conflict, scepter, conflict, signaled. This is news to me. I wasn't aware of any signaling going on. Let's read this again. Walter King was challenged to a blank ritual. Squabble ritual, I think. No. Done. What's done? Why does it start with done? To a... It's going to be squabble, dispute, discord, or... Squabble, conflict, discord, dispute, conflict. So this goes over here. Signaled to Walter King with a blank, which can't be any of these. It has to be sword. It's not going to be poison. Cup, tray, tankard, scepter. So it has to be one of these that he signaled with, which makes one of these, not these guys, being Dark Hand, which we already knew. But what did he signal with? Here's a tray. Signaled with a tray. Signaled with a cup. Signaled with a tankard. Red wine. Signaled with a sword. Signal with a scepter. There's no way for him to signal with... Well, I guess he could, but that seems really unrealistic. So these guys... So here's what I'm thinking. This guy has the poison. Therefore, he's the only one who knows... Well, they probably don't close their eyes. What does it say they do? Add substance. Defender chooses first. They're looking... See, they're looking away here. So the guy with the poison is theoretically the only person who knows... So this has to be the Dark Hand initiate. Dark Hand, and this has to be Water Snake. And we're saying this has to be initiate, and this has to be master, but we know that doesn't work. But this has to be true. This has to be a Proud Beast, because they say... Brothers wear masks. Holy... I've been thinking it says robes the whole time and it says masks? Oh my God. Oh my God. The robes don't matter. It's the robes that don't matter. Not the fucking... No. I just had this backwards. I mean, the robes matter, but it's just reverse of... Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. I'm so upset right now. So this is Dark Hand. This is Water Snake. This is Water Snake. This is Dark Hand. Did I get these backwards? Oh, I got these backwards. Which makes these two guys two stewards instead of... Okay, fucking hell. Which makes this make sense, which makes the direct decorations make sense, which makes this guy a water snake master. Water snake master. Did I do it again where I was putting Dark Hand and Water Snake here? Fucking jeez. Alright, that added like 30 minutes to this. I don't think this is actually that hard if you read words correctly. Masks, not robes. Oh my fucking god. The robes do matter, but that sort of led me to go like this whole bad path. I mean, I guess you could have still figured it out with them both mattering, but just swapping them around. Oh my god. Oh my god, okay. Jeez. Which means this is the Ritual of Dispute, like we knew it was all along. And then this is a Dark Hand Steward versus a Water Snake Steward. And then the Dark Hand Initiate, aka... Oh wait, this won't be right. Let's get rid of these for now. No, get rid of them. Stop doing that. Let's get rid of everything. Jesus Christ. Who knows what I've done incorrectly. Where am I? Water Snake Initiate. So okay. They turn away, but these guys don't. He sees it. He signals with the tankard. That's fine. Still getting confused by the masks. If I'm being honest with you, I keep having to recheck which one I'm supposed to be doing. 2 or fewer. Okay, 2 or fewer starts. Did I just put them in incorrectly again? Dark Hand Steward, Water Snake Initiate, Dark Hand Initiate, Water Snake Steward, Water Snake, I almost did it again, Master, Proud Beast, Master. So it's not the Ritual of Dispute? Okay, so if this guy is a Water Snake Master, the scepter must be borne by a Water Snake Master. Okay, if this guy is a Proud Beast Master, Dark Hand Initiate, no. I'm dead. I'm dead, everybody. How is this not... Did I get the word wrong? The Ritual of Dispute? It has to be the Ritual of Dispute. 2 or fewer slots. Do I have to... Oh my god. Do I have to put the person's name? That it's David? Is it David? Because Walter Keane is supposed to be here. So who's the other person with David? Oh my god, that's dumb. That's a dumb thing. I thought it means either or, but you have to identify them. No, that's not dumb. That makes logic sense. He's not a Dark Hand Initiate because He's not really part of it. He's just wearing the robes, which don't make you a Proud Beast Initiate. Okay, game, I'll give it to you. My brain is fried. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm going to think about really hard what my life has become because of this. Because the game's right all along. It's my own brain that fucked me up here, and that is distressing. Okay, anyways, Walter King was challenged to a dispute ritual. See, I didn't get the part that Walter King was supposed to be here and was also outside. He, along with David, who's still alive, and Cloudsley still alive, ambushed Dark Hand Initiate. Blank Blank posing as, so David posing as, this is where I put in the Dark Hand Initiate, signaled to, I will say, we can only make certain things because this scroll exists. This is an example of it, and I'm almost certain I'm right because I have to win something here. There's no evidence anywhere that he signaled to him without the scroll. You can maybe assume that he would want to help. Well, there's no clue, I guess, but you could just say logically, and this is something I've always struggled with whenever you watch Sherlock Holmes or anything like that. They say something with such certainty because they've built up to the point beforehand when it could be pure randomness. But if you're strictly following a logic chain and not taking randomness into... Yeah, because the thing is, why would they ambush this guy if he was already supposed to be here? He would only do it to get David in. So that makes sense. And then the assumption we're making is he's doing that so that he can signal to him not to drink the poison. Not that they're doing something after, right? That they're specifically to save him from poison and not do anything, not because they're doing something afterwards, which again makes sense. But then this shows them looking away. It doesn't show the other people looking at them. But you know, I'm not, it's all me. I think it all makes sense. It's just you can't come up to this, you know, like, you can't definitively say something like this without knowing the answer, I guess, is what my brain is struggling with, not what's wrong with the game, because obviously it's a game and it has to do this. But that's sort of I think what I'm colliding with here. I don't know. I'm just, you know, whatever. I'm dumb, actually. That's what it comes down to. Signaled to Walter Keane. Oh, can I not do that? With a tankard, which cup had no poison. Because see, like, if you didn't know the conclusion, you could say the signal was to which one had the poison, but this one says which one had no poison. There's no way to know one way or the other without knowing the answer, or being, you know, David or Walter writing this. So that's sort of an example of what I'm talking about, which is the game has to know that, but there's no way in real life you would think that way unless you're just going with percentages. But this is a pure 50-50. Which one had none? Which one had some? It doesn't matter which one you're signaling because they'll always react to it based off of that information because that would have been prepared beforehand. Okay? So but the game has to do that, or it'll be really unsatisfying, like they do in some of those detective games where there's like, oh yeah, I mean, you're probably right. That's, you know what I mean? Which is how real life works. You know, people, you have to get the closest to the truth you can and then decide, well, are we 80% certain this is correct? If so, we should arrest this person. If it's under that, maybe we shouldn't. And I don't think, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's how you do it in real life, but it's really extremely unsatisfying, as we all know, because some innocent people will go to jail, and you'll never know as the detective that you're 100% correct, but they have to, it will drive them insane to think they're constantly locking up innocent people and maybe getting 1 out of 10 people right. And so they have to, to protect themselves, be like, no, this is what happened. They signaled they had no poison. So that's what the game's replicating here, because that's the satisfactory answer. Anyways, we're at I don't know what I'm cutting, what I'm not cutting. This is one scenario's been an hour and 10 minutes. All right, let's focus. Blank, 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 the other blank, and died. Drank the other cup and died. It's just the water snake's steward. So remember also, wait a fucking second. Oh, right, because Walter Keane used to be on the other team side. I'm like, he's the Darkhand steward that we, you know what I mean? Because we knew. So this Proud Beast Master was who Willard was. I assume there's only one person per rank, and we can just make this safe assumption because it doesn't matter to the game. It just matters to this Proud Beast Master. What wrote the Proud Beast Initiate. Oh, it also makes sense he's a Proud Beast Initiate because... Okay, I'm going to make this even longer. And this is like... this game's sort of like blowing my mind right now. The Proud Beast Initiate was Walter Willard. I believe that was his name, the WW guy. Proud Beast Initiate was Walter Willard. He wrote to the Proud Beast Master, which is this guy, his plans. They're trying to kill the Cloudsleys. Blah, blah, blah. Darkhand Steward was Walter Keane, who went after David and Cloudsley, but then they apparently switched sides and decided to team up, presumably because there's a lot more money and it doesn't involve a weird cult, which seems safe enough. He's challenged the Water Snake Steward. I don't think the Water Snakes came up at all. I wasn't aware of their existence. I only knew Darkhands and Water Snakes because of Walter Keane and Walter Willard. But the added layer that made me go, Walter Willard is dead, so they need a new Proud Beast Initiate who was recommended by Walter Keane as Lazarus Hurst, who apparently is just some random dude, which is a bit weird to me. That should be like someone we know, it seems like, but it's not. He's the new Proud Beast Initiate because the other one's dead. Okay? Meanwhile, Blank Blank passed the Blank Ritual, the Inception Ritual, to become the Proud Beast Initiate. And then here's the Darkhand Initiates out here, obviously. So this should say to become the new. Meanwhile, Lazarus Hurst. Watch this be wrong. Okay. After being challenged to a ritual with potentially deadly consequences, Walter conspired with David to devise a plan which would ensure his own safety. Oh, that's what made him flip. But what? So he goes and attacks them. He flips right there. He already knew he had been challenged before that? Maybe. It just seems like a weird thing to send someone who has been challenged to die on a potentially risky, deadly thing. You know what I mean? They captured a Brotherhood member on his way to the gathering. David took his costume so that during the ritual of dispute, he could indicate to Walter which cup was poisoned. Therefore, Walter chose the safe cup, and his opponent drank the poison and died. The opponent is not related to any of this. This seems that's just, beside the point. Got a couple more to go. Oh, should I just go? I have to redeem myself, right? Just not sure if... I'm going to pause and walk around for a bit. Oh, all right. Still same session, I just walked around a bit. I gotta redeem myself. The crowning celebration by the lighthouse. What the fuck? Oh, is this like the initiation? Crowning of what? Fools. Griffin Rebirth. The one who claims to be Griffin Reborn must perform a miracle. If someone repeats the miracle, it is proven that it was not a miracle but mere magic. Claimant is punished to death. If no one can repeat miracle, the masks fall. Claimant is crowned as Griffin Reborn. Oh, so they're taking their masks off because they think they found Griffin Reborn, who's going to be either Walter, Lazarus, or David. Wonder what they ended up doing with the initiate. Like, they just kill him? They can't, because I mean, if they're never seen without their mask and robe, I don't really know how that works, if they know who they actually were or not. Whatever. Chronicles of Griffin Reborn. Wait, were there no... Okay. But it got reborn instead of rebirth now? It would have been rebirth? Is that... what? I'm really curious how that works. Oh, no, it always says reborn, even though this says rebirth, because it's going to be in context. Okay, that makes... never mind. So we need to instead move these down here. In 1725, the first Darkhan Lord Harrington demonstrated flying. In 1756, Proud Beast Master Lord Pledsley performed a seance. We're going to find these people's names, and some of them we'll recognize. We should recognize. There's been a couple of names thrown out there that haven't came up before, but I'm not likely to remember in what context, unfortunately, without going back and watching, which I'm not going to do. In 1764, Darkhan Master Lord Jones demonstrated the creation of a homunculus. In 1771, Proud Beast Master Lord White carried out the hypnosis of a servant. Jumped off a cliff to his death. Oh wait, I read this wrong. Demonstrated flying, jumped off a cliff to his death. Lord Angus McBain repeated the miracle, proving him unworthy. Demonstrated the creation of a homunculus. Angus McBain produced a homunculus as well. Carried out the hypnosis of a servant. Angus McBain hypnotized the same man as well. Go Lord Angus, jeez. So there's been no Griffin Rebirth yet. There's a dead person over here with his face smashed in. The man is not breathing and has a severe wound at the back of his head. I bet this is Angus, from what I've learned so far. Back of his head. Broken arm. Durr. Water Snake Master. Oh yeah, we know their robes, right? It's a master. Lately, I have experienced disturbing dreams and I feel cursed. Wait, but this is... oh right, it's master, not... I got it backwards again. Okay, moving on. Are you the source of this with your magic? Desist immediately and know that when pushed, my rage is absolute. Do not toy with the well-being of the Empire's general, for I do not tolerate being attacked. He's the Empire's general? In many voyages, I have learned the dark arts too. If need be, I will summon 1,000 invisible demons to crush your bones. Tell him. Dear friend, it is not so simple for me to get you a seat alongside me on the court of directors at the Seven Seas Company. As a doctor, I recommend you to stop obsessing over it. It will only unbalance your humors. Let us discuss alternatives at the next party at Kensington Palace. Chipped thingy. Both his legs appear to be broken. Okay. Door is locked from the outside. What an honor to experience such a historical event. Just gotta watch with the time on it. Good job, fella. Dear Water Snake Brother Maker, As the director of the Seven Seas Trading Company, I do not assess work applications. Please go through the official channels. Oh, so they're hinting at what's going on is outside of the cult itself, a dispute outside of it. Because this Seven Seas Trading Company's come up a couple times now already. Please go through the official channel so my staff can evaluate your credentials as an attorney, Darkhand Master JT. Location: the light protocol of an attempt to demonstrate a miracle. Location: the lighthouse on Gull Islet. Lighthouse. Where'd this word "from" come from? The hell? Near the Horn of Codhead. Time noon. Present: Angus, Alistair, Cock. James Turner, Walter Keane, Lazarus Hurst, but not whoever Maker is. Interesting. So it's going to be either Walter Keane or Lazarus who's getting crowned, and this will be Angus so that he couldn't prove them wrong. Oh, there's Maker. Fucking shit. Nicholas Maker's in charge of notes. We have 6 people here. Let me double check that. 6, yeah, looks good to me. So that's all these guys right here, or all these people right here. We haven't heard of James Turner, Alistair Cock. We might have heard Angus McBain. I don't remember. There are a couple of notes that were written that had these people's names threatening Cloudsley, I think, right? But maybe that's not these people at all. He's got pointed shoes. But wait, we know what Walter Keane looks like, right? I don't recognize him though. This guy? Wait, we know what rank they were. Proud Beast Initiate, which would be God, I can't even remember those. I know white is Master and purple is Initiate. So yeah, this must be Walter. No, Lazarus. This is Lazarus. I remember he had the long face. Walter was. What was Walter? He was a steward, wasn't he? And stewards are these guys? But Walter's definitely not a black man. Is that I'm pretty sure that's a black. No, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just the way this, because this guy's definitely not black. Let's click on him. Here, I brought back your staff, O Griffin Reborn. Oh, this is Walter. Was Walter a black man? Okay, so this is Walter. Here, I brought back your staff, O Griffin Reborn, because he's got the stupid hats with him. I don't know why he has that with him. I don't know what that could possibly do for him. Opium powder. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Idle. Dear Master McBain, these threats to contact the Chief Inspector about my past offend me greatly. Yeah, Darkhand's turn. Being an honest soul, I have no choice but to comply with your base demands. I may have invited Lazarus onto our brotherhood, but he has not shared all his secrets with me. Luckily, I had an opportunity to see him practicing his miracle. He has a magical artifact hidden in his cane. When performing the miracle, he input the following glyphs. Oh, so yeah, he has the idol, so he's performing miracles, so they're going to give him the thingy. Then he presses a small leap, but it looks like Walter, who's working with David and Cloudsley, but they're not here anymore. So maybe they killed him. I bet that'll be like the last one is Lazarus and Walter versus Cloudsley and David, but David and Cloudsley have already beaten him, so. Then he presses a small lever on the handle of the cane, and it grants him the powers to demonstrate the miracle. I have no doubt that the staff will work just as well in your hands as his. Okay. Sorry, I'm just thinking. And thus Griffin Reborn revealed himself to his brothers by demonstrating a true miracle. That's him. We'll go to him last. That's an actual miracle. A heavy seal. Have we seen that seal before? I don't know why we're looking at their shoes. They don't appear to be that different, except that one guy's has a buckle and the other's doesn't. Strike that. Reverse it. Set of heavy wooden oars. Oh, that's where the footprints come in handy. We'll look at those closer later. Yeah, see, he doesn't have pointed ones. Oh, but he does have this little spur, right? Why would he be wearing spurs? Anyways, kneel before Griffin Reborn and make ready. I will lead you brothers to great many changes. Yeah, of course. After the input, aim at the sky, press the lever, and hold for at least 10 seconds. At that point, the idol should be full enough to perform the miracle once. Miracle hypothesis. The water works better, but the effect is not as convincing. Therefore, blank blank. Main challenge is ensuring my balance when holding onto the idol. Practice is paramount. Not really understanding that one. Yeah, okay, we knew that one already. Which I'm trying to. What miracle was he trying to perform? So this guy has the idol cane, and they did this. The golden idol is enclosed within the handle of an ornamental cane. Let me just write this symbol down. I hate trying to remember symbols. They don't stick in my brain at all. And then blink. Oh, fuck. Chipped. The chip piece is over here. So someone involved with this killed him. We're not trying to put that piece of the puzzle together yet. One thing at a time. So did he follow the rules? Yeah. Yeah, because this would reverse it, and then and then you do it again under that other one that we saw. So that would make sense. Still don't know what he did. I don't remember what that symbol meant. We had increased air. Maybe this will. By guarding the lighthouse, you guard the Empire. Alistair Cock. A trapdoor that connects to the staircase of the top of the lighthouse. Not locked. So anyone could got up here. Oh, right, because he fell off the lighthouse. So, but basically anyone could got in here because it's locked from the outside, and that's not locked. And we've done it all. People who had the magical relic in their hands chronologically, blank, blank, blackmail, blank, to find out how blank would perform the miracle of blank. Miracle of seal. I don't think we know this spell. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, well, we know who Lazarus is. We know who Walter is. And this will be probably Angus, but I need to double check that. JT. JT is James Turner, who is a Dark Hand master. Masters these guys. We don't know what mask they were wearing, though. I don't think the game would make you remember that either, though. Water Snake Initiate Nicholas Maker. So that's got to be this guy. And so one of these guys is James Turner and one's Alistair Cock. We don't know which. He's got a stamp. I don't know what that means. This guy doesn't have anything, I'm pretty sure. So the stamp... Oh. Are we supposed to assume because he has the stamp that any of these stamped things is his? Because we can't... I don't think we can see a stamp anywhere. Dear Master McBain. Yeah. This guy has the stamp. There's no way that's how that works. This is blue and this is... See, like, I can't even tell what colors these are. There's no way this is right. But then the decorations thing was right. And that one... That stamp doesn't look anything like that. And there's no color. Because that's obviously the ink. Wah. Right? There's no way. There's no symbols that look anything like that on that. So that can't be what tells me who's who. We know this guy was, fuck, I can't remember which one's master and which one's steward. What's the 7? He's blaming the water snake master. Do not toy with the well-being of the Empire's general, for I do not tolerate being attacked. Dear friend, it is not so simple for me to get you a seat alongside me on the court of directors of the Seven Seas Company. As a doctor, Seven Seas, 567. So this is James Turner. I mean, making the 7 connection, I mean, that would make sense. It's a 7 and there's like a little C. Okay, we did it. Yeah, yes, I solved that and it made sense. Okay, nice. So, blank blank black will blank blank to find out how blank blank would perform the miracle of blank. Angus McBain, Blackmeld, Walter Keane to find out how Lazarus Hurst would perform the miracle of... It's got to be a bigger hint than me remembering past ones, because they haven't done that where you have to refer to those. Let's look at the note. These threats to contact the chief inspector offend me greatly. He has a magical... When performing the miracle, he can input... Then he presses the small lever. Powers to demonstrate the miracle. He doesn't say any specifics about the miracle itself. I mean, like, again, this looks like it's increased air, which would be flying. 'Cause wasn't there a matter thing, but it's not on there? And then it's like point the... Where are we pointing it? Down. He like surfed on the water or something. No, if he pushes it down, he could sort of levitate, right? Not really, but maybe in the world of the game with magic. Like, it wouldn't really work if he's just blowing air out of the bottom. But that really looks like what we're... Because he like. Miracle of flying. I don't know. I mean, I made the connection because of I remember that meaning air, but I don't know if that's how you're supposed to figure that out. That's why I was pausing on that. But it's right. The people who had the magical relic in their hands chronologically, last is Walter Keene. I think it would have had to be Lazarus first. He takes Angus is going to prove him wrong, so he takes it from him, and then they kill him. And Walter Keene is likely the one who killed him, so he has the staff now. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Perform the blank, 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 blank using the blank to generate the miracle of flying, and become Griffin Reborn. Using the idol. There's too many blinks up front, so I have to sell this backwards, basically. The miracle. Miracle's not a blank blank. Jumped. Yeah, he jumped up. He jumped up the... Oh, he jumped up the lighthouse. That's how... Okay, I was thinking floating, but it's just like a magical jump. Jumped from the lighthouse using the idol. No, he didn't jump. He didn't high jump. He jumped off, and then he used it to slow his descent so that he touched the ground like a feather fall. Which again... Oh, okay. This is what happened. But I didn't make the connection before the scroll, so I don't know if you could have, but maybe you could have. But here's what happened. Lazarus is like, hey guys, look at me. I'm gonna jump off this lighthouse and live. And they're like, pfft. And then he did, using the idol pointed downwards to blow out. It basically blow air out of it, but it's like magical air, so it probably wasn't like actual. It's just like a magical spell, right? That just has those elements to it. So he cast free fall using the idol, lands. Angus is like, I'm gonna prove him wrong. Rawr. So he ran up the lighthouse to do it himself. But what he didn't know, and what Walter and Lazarus probably planned because they knew this, is that once you use it, it flips to the other one. So instead of pushing air down, he was sucking air in, whoosh, splats on the ground, breaks the staff. Walter has it again. That's what happened. That's what happened. Lazarus. Blink, 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 blink. Angus. MacBain. Pushed from okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he just got pushed. I like my story better. From the lighthouse afterwards. That's not English. Angus MacBain pushed from the lighthouse afterwards. If he was pushed, Angus MacBain hypnotized from hypnotized with? No. We're going solely judged off of this. Cursed from? Cursed with? No. Hypnotized? No. Jumped from the lighthouse afterwards. There we go. That's I just didn't see jumped there. Is essentially what happened. This resulted in Angus MacBain's death. Oh, we gotta pull him from over here. Death from the wounds from a head wound. Bam. All right, let me take a drink and read this out. When Lazarus Hearst jumped from the lighthouse and survived, using the hidden golden idol, Master Angus McBain thought he had enough information to repeat the miracle and prevent Lazarus from becoming Griffin Reborn. He seized the staff from Lazarus and locked the lighthouse door to prevent foul play. However, he did not know all the secrets of the idol. It did not work for him, and Angus jumped to his death. That's interesting. So if we didn't figure, know what the increase decrease from earlier, it doesn't explain that piece of it. It just says it didn't work for him. That's really interesting. I want to check something real quick. Inside. Is this game fucking with me, or have I read 2 words just completely wrong now? Locked from the inside. I read it as locked at the. I'm gonna go back and check this recording. I want to see if I say robes instead of masks first, or if I just say masks. I just like read it wrong. Same thing here. Of if I said outside or if I said inside but thought outside. I'm not sure which occurred. I really hope that I said the word that I thought, because then I'll look like less of it. Well, I assume that's. I won't look like a crazy person. I'll look more stupid, but not like a crazy person, which I guess I prefer. Anyways, we're done with that. We've still got another chapter. If this was the last one, I'd probably keep going. But it looks like we still got at least another chapter left. Alright. My dog wants to play, I guess.